Dear Diploma CET aspirants, in this video we are going to see the advantages of using the DBMS approach. We have different types of advantages when I am using database management system rather than using our traditional file system management. First advantage is controlling the redundancy. Second, restricting the unauthorized access, providing persistent storage for program objects, providing storage structure and search technique for efficient query processing, providing backup and recovery, providing multiple user interfaces, representing complex relationships among data, and enforcing integrity consent. Then we have permitting inferencing and action using rules. Along with these, we have some additional advantages for using this DBMS approach. First advantage is that DBMS provides the controlling the redundant data in my database management system. What is the redundancy? Redundancy is nothing but storing the same data multiple time in different tables. Redundancy means storing the same data multiple times on different tables. That we call it as a redundancy. So when I store same data on multiple places or a table, we face some different problems here. When I store multiple data, same data on multiple places, and this leads to a duplication of effort, because suppose I am entering the student name in my student table, then the same student table, if I enter student name in library table also, it means that you are entering the name of the student multiple time. The same name if I enter in exam section also, and if I enter the same name in your admission section also, the same name is reflecting in 3 to 4 tables. It means that there is a redundant data in your databases. If I enter such data in my databases, then it's the duplicate of effort. It leads to the duplicate of effort, and this is the first reason why redundancy is problem in your database management system. The second reason is storage space. Usually when I store the multiple data on multiple tables, then it is the wastage of memory space, because you are representing or repeating the same data on multiple places. Third one is third reason why I am not using redundant data is because of there is a chance of data inconsistency. Means by mistakenly what I did, I have entered my name in library system with spelling mistake, and I have used my name in my department with correct name, correct spelling. Then there is a duplicate of data in different tables, but there is a inconsistent of data. If I use same data for all the tables, if I access the same data for all the tables, then there is a no data inconsistency among these tables. So if there is a data redundancy in your database, there is a high chance of data inconsistency also. Next, how do you overcome this problem? We are going to overcome this data redundancy problem with the help of normalization. With the help of normalization, at the end of this portion we will be seeing different types of normalization. First normal 1NF 2NF, 3NF, and BCNF, Bayes-Codd normal form. Those normal forms we are going to use to normalize the data to make our database simple and efficient one. Next advantage is restricting the unauthorized access. Every database has the security facility, and each database will provide the privacy for that database. When any user want to access the database, it asks for some security provisions, like when you want to uh, get your results from your server, it asks your registration number. That registration number is one security provision for getting the result. If you enter wrong registration number, then you won't get the result for your semester. Same, one more example I can give is, you if you are doing online banking systems, withdrawal or depositing money, so there it asks the username and password for your banking system. That is high level of your uh, security for accessing the database. So it normally a database management system will try to restrict the unauthorized user from accessing the database. Unauthorized means who are not known to the that DBMS organization, who are not registered to that organization. And the third advantage of using DBMS approach is providing persistent storage for program object. In this advantage, database can be used to provide persistent storage for program objects and data structure. This is the one of the main reason for object-oriented databases. Programming languages like C++ have complex data structure, and uh, uh, Pascal will have the required type of data structure. Here in this, it means that whatever the languages I use, our database management system provide the persistence, means uniform storage facility for our program object in my database. This is the one more advantage of your database management system approach. The fourth advantage of using DBMS approach is providing storage, structure and search technique for efficient query processing. The most widely used advantage is query processing. Now when I use a database, when I say that database, the main purpose is to query that database. When you want to get the result from your server, after entering your registration number, you will get the result. Entering the registration number is the way of performing the query for that particular database. Database system must provide capability for efficient executing queries and updates. If anything I want to update into the database later, then that our database should permit us to update the database. Then that is one reason. And one more reason is, if I want to execute any query on that database, then that will provide query operation or execution of query so efficiently. Here efficiency means what? If our database is too large, then that query processing should not take longer time to process your query. That is one efficiency. Then updating, suppose I have got 30 marks for one subject, and I got the result, I got the 30 marks in one of my subject. and that 30 marks is updated, that is there in my database. So after applying revaluation, my marks is promoted to 40 marks. Then that 40 marks has to be updated into my database, my database. That facility it has to be done. This can be done using a database approach. It's going to provide the proper search technique and efficient query processing. Here we use query processing and optimization model of DBMS that is responsible for choosing an efficient query execution plan for each query based on the existing storage structure. Then next advantage, fifth advantage is providing backup and recovery. This is very important advantage with respect to your database management approach. Suppose suddenly something happened, some crash happened to your database management system, or the content of that database erased due to some hard disk problem or some other problem. Then we need to back up those data uh, for recovering the database content. A DBMS must provide facility for recovering from hardware or software failures. The backup and recovery subsystems of DBMS is responsible for recovery. Example: computer fails in the middle of the complex update transaction. Then a recovery system is responsible in that time for making sure that the database is restored to the state it was in before the transaction has started. Suppose I am sending some amount to my friend through online, and while sending amount to my friend, meanwhile suddenly current went off. Then the transaction what I have initiated, it has to be restored. It should not deduct any money from my account. If the transaction is completed, then the amount should be transferred to my friend account. That transaction should not be in unstable manner. That amount should not be in my account, or it should not be in his account. That is unstable state of your database. That should not be happened. If any interruption happens in between, that interruption should be restored. That can be done using your backup and recovery mechanism in your database management system approach. And sixth data advantage is providing multiple user interfaces. Normally the interface is used to interact with the database. Normally we use uh, two types of interfaces. One is command prompt interfaces, and one more is graphical user interfaces. Earlier in initial generation or initial decades, we use the command based interfaces. By using the commands we can interact with the uh, database. Nowadays everything is done through the graphical user interface, that is GUIs. Through that GUI we can interact so efficiently with the database. So our DBMS approach provides such type of graphical user interface, so that user can easily interact with the database management system. Then the seventh advantage is representing complex relationship among the data. A database may include a numerous variety of data that are interrelated in many ways. Suppose each table can have its subtable, and there can be a number of tables, they are related to each other. Then that type of complexity can be handled by our database management system. And that database management system should be represented in such a way that there should not be any dilemma for performing the operation on my database system or database management system. And eighth advantage is enforcing integrity constraint. This is a very important advantage. uh, Integrity constraint means restriction on the database. This is usually done by the database administrator. He puts some restriction on the database administrator or database designer are going to put the restriction on this database. What type of restriction I can put on my database? Those restriction can be a referential integrity constraint, key integrity constraint, etc. Etc. I can these constraint I can put into my database. Those constraint normally we call it as a integrity constraint. What our DBMS approach does is it will enforce to implement such integrity constraint in my database. Suppose one example, I have created a database. For that database, I want to enter student details. If student details I am entering, if student name is not there, then what is the purpose of using that whole row or tuple is difficult, waste. So the some fields in our tables are very important. If those fields I cannot leave empty. One example is your student registration. If I apply not null constraint, not null key constraint, then that particular field cannot be null. That constraint I can apply on my database. Along with that, we can also apply the primary key constraint, foreign key constraint, not null constraint. These are the constraint I can impose on my databases. Next is permitting inferencing and action using rules. Some database systems provide capability for defining deduction rules for inferring new information from stored database fact. Such systems are called deductive database systems. Here our database management system will insist using some rules for using your database management system. Here we use some stored procedures. Those stored procedures will involve procedure to enforce rules for database management system. When certain conditions are met, more powerful functionality is provided by the active database systems, which provide active rules that can automatically initiate actions when certain events and conditions occur. And the next advantage of this database DBMS approach is we have other additional uh, implication or advantages for this DBMS approach. In this first implication is potential for enforcing standard. A DBA or database administrator will define some standard for using the database management system for particular organization or particular or individual user. Suppose it depends on the of which purpose the database management system I am going to use. Suppose that database management system I am using for college, then they enforce some standards for the college. If the same database they are using for DBMS database management system, if they are using for industry or business purpose, then they enforce some other standards for such business applications. And next implication is reduced application development time. If I use database management system, already some tools are there within DBMS. So when I use these tools, available tools, then automatically I can perform the operation so quickly. Example, if I want to generate a report, then I have to write a code for that normally. But our database management system has a built-in tool for generating a report. If it has, then automatically it reduces the application development time of your database approach. Next is flexibility. Flexibility, it may be necessary to change the structure of database as requirement changes. When the the structure of database you can change according to the user requirement. As I said, the database when I using for student application, the structure will be different. If I am using same for business application, the database structure will be different. The same if I am using for the some scientific application, the structure will be different. That structure I can change uh, with the help of database management system. So it means that it provides the flexibility of changing the structure of your database management system. Then next is availability of up-to-date information. Availability of up-to-date information. A DBMS makes database available to all users as soon as one user's update is applied to the database. See, if any changes the database administrator has done to the database, the updation will be reflected to all the end users. It means that the up-to-date information available if anything, any changes has made to the DBMS. Then last implication is economies of scale. It means that compared to other traditional file processing, database management system is cheaper compared to a traditional file processing systems. These are some advantages of your database approach. We'll continue some few more topics of DBMS in next video. Thank you.